It always seemed to me that being in quantum computing would be unachievable in my lifetime, but I didn't give up on pursuing this idea that I, as a UX designer, could actually be in that space. Knowing that actually it might not be possible, I kind of played with this idea a bit more, I think, than if I knew that I would actually be able to be in it. And I think that allowed me to actually get a job in that space. I am UX designer by training, and for the past 3 years, I was in the quantum computing space at a company called IonQ. I established this channel because I would like to share with you a knowledge about the space, about what it means to be a UX designer in this space. I think it is super important that you start getting ready for being in this space, as I think quantum computing will become much more popular in the future. I think gaining experiences, knowledge by wanting to be in that space, you can also prepare yourself to be in any other industry that is slightly more technical, more complex than, let's say, like B2C products. So I think it is super necessary for designers, and I'm speaking from my own experience, that you start learning more complex tech-related subjects, and I would like this channel to be tailored towards audience like you that is eager to upskill themselves. Like, what is quantum computing? I'm sure you've heard about this word on social media, but I would like to explain this to you like in very short, in a user-friendly way, what it means. So think about it. There's classical computing. We have high-performance computing. So high-performance computing is computers, data centers that are tailored towards solving complex, data-heavy operations that classical computers cannot handle. So, for example, AI models will be using high-performance computing. But then you have another genre of computing, if I may call it, that it's using properties of quantum mechanics, so of science, of nature, is tailored towards solving specific tasks. So it's not going to replace classical computing, but it's going to be used next to classical computing to help solving tasks that classical computers will have hard time solving. It might take ages, might not even be solvable within our lifetime, but quantum computers will be made for these specific use cases to solve them in an innovative way, unlike classical computers, and much faster. So think about like some optimization problems, drug discovery. It might even like enhance AI, because there are some problems that already classical computers are struggling with. So it is very exciting future, and there will be tools created that designers can work on, will allow users to access these computers. Since quantum computing is still in its experimental phase, quantum developers are new to this space. So will be struggling just like us with understanding how this technology is working, and they need intuitive tools, because if the space is already complex, all the concepts within the space are difficult, and navigating through the tools that we are using is really going to streamline and help developers to get to the solution faster. In quantum computing, we are very much thinking about the developer experience, because these are the primary users for now, at least for now, and will be accessing these computers. How they access these computers? They are running operations, and they are receiving results of these operations, and they are tweaking over and over till they get to the results they are happy with. Developer experience really at the core of making this technology usable, and designers are meant to help with this developer experience. And what I mean by developer experience, it will be the visual interface tools, but it's also the APIs, it's also the SDKs, so all the code-based tools. It is also how these tools are documented. What documentation do they have, so that they also can learn these tools much faster. The programming languages are being iterated, innovated all the time. So also, like, if you don't create user-friendly documentation of these tools, it will be much harder to onboard and to use and to make that experience scalable, as we have more people, more computers, more complex concepts, and so on. So it is very important that designers are part of building these solutions right from the beginning, because it is going to make these tools more user-friendly right from the beginning. And it's going to help with bringing the quantum technology to life much faster. And there is it's a various array of tools that engineers will be using, because there are people specialized in different things within quantum computing. So there is a broad range of tools that designers can work on. So even before entering that space, you can find the area that you are fascinated about. And that's why I really advise to learn about the space. Think about their like quantum error correction tools. Sounds very interesting, exciting, and you can work on those type of things, you know. So it's like the earlier you understand what are the problems, what are the tools being out there, you can start preparing yourself to work in this space. And designer can already have a technical knowledge, which will be a great advantage, I think, personally. You can come in and start helping building these tools, help this technology speed up and like be built faster. So now a little bit about me. So like why did I want to be in this space? So personally, since I was a teenager, I really wanted to be at some point like part of the scientific community. I was reading about quantum computing, about the space. I was reading books by Michio Kaku, and I was always fascinated by science. After my time at Boston Consulting Group, I realized that I really like working for engineers and with engineers. And I like complex, data-heavy B2B tools, you know, the ugly interface ones, like they are more attractive to me. Because I think it's not the interface that is like super exciting to me, but it's the problems that we are solving for. I have a passion for understanding what businesses are struggling with and bringing solutions that are like larger in scale. I know they can be like very disruptive. I knew that I want to go into that space, but then I set a challenge for myself. What if it's gonna be quantum computing? Like, I know might not be possible, but I will just try to make it real as much as I can. I got a job at IonQ. It really came by surprise, I think. I think I was also very lucky. There are not many designers in the space. I don't think I had any misconceptions like about the space. I knew that it's not gonna be easy. Like I didn't have any doubts about that, and it's not easy by any means. I definitely didn't know how vast the space is. I could only like see a lot of like on the surface things happening, but once I joined, I realized like there's just so much knowledge building and so many different complex problems to solve. So I think it's more like I didn't know what was awaiting me. And I think I keep this mindset as I go that, you know, it's really difficult to be an expert because, and I believe there are many experts, but I'm saying it's difficult to call yourself an expert, I think, just because it's just so many interlinked concepts and each of them has like, it's very deep in terms of technicality. So like, I think I just touched the surface just by working in that space. It is exciting, but I also feel there is like a wall for sure in terms of like technical knowledge and like what I know and how can I actually provide value in this space. But I'm not discouraged by that. I wasn't discouraged from the beginning. I think I had moments of weakness and doubt, but I continue not thinking about it too much because I really believe in like how designers can help the space grow. This is my main belief, and I want to stay really close to it. So now the exciting part, how I got into this space. Basically, I thought it would be impossible to get into a space, so like I was pretty playful with how I approached it. So as the first thing, I took a course. It was Qubit by Qubit together with the IBM. It was for high schoolers, and I signed up, and it was teaching about the basic concepts that prepare you to start understanding quantum mechanics. So I finished that course. It was a lot of math, some science, but it was a lot of math, to my surprise. I think it definitely prepares you for people who want to code. I think for me it was just like a great opportunity to get exposure to the space, but like, because I like to touch problems from like the raw perspective. So I wanted to get like, hey, just bring all the technical things at me and I will see how I will handle this. So that was my approach. I'm very happy I did that. And I think that sort of like helped me to get a job as well, that I had this like curiosity in me to like not be afraid of like the technicality of the space. Another thing that I did, I had a Instagram account where I was posting about different quantum concepts in relation to UX, which is very interesting because this is also what I'm currently doing again. So I was like ethics and quantum computing. I was just coming up with different subjects and like making posts about that. Also, like I was encouraging designers even before I was in the space, what skills they need to have in order to be part of that space. I also wrote an article. It was an article about B2B products. What are the challenges that these products are facing and what type of solutions we can bring on board? And fun enough for that, I interviewed my manager at IonQ before I joined the company. I asked him some questions, asked him if I can include his quote in my article. Also was showing an interest what skills I need to have in order to be in this space. It was before that there was a job opening for that position at IonQ. Another thing was I was already connecting with the people in the space. I was just very curious about, possible opportunities, what these people are doing. So I was already connecting with them on LinkedIn, and with some of them I had some calls as well. And then another thing that I did was I also created a report. I was very much like around the time into creating like future trend reports, stuff like that. So I thought, how cool would it be to actually have like a report about how quantum computing is going to affect generations. So like I picked like characteristics of Gen Zs and how quantum computing can affect society. So I combined these two concepts of quantum computing and like characteristics of generation Gen Z, and I created like a future report. So I think this will be all things I did. And I remember that when I was applying for a job, I mentioned about all of these initiatives because, it was very genuine what I was doing. And I think it sparked their interest. I hope so. And I believe this helped me to get a job. I don't think it is realistic to really do it for like every position you apply, but it was like kind of a very unique situation because I really wanted to be in this space. And I was also at the time like doing a lot of these like UX related things. So I think I just wanted to combine this. But I think anything in life is like if you have real curiosity, just like go along with it and like see where it takes you. And this is literally like what happens to me. So I would recommend to be playful with the things you want to explore. If it's like about the place where you want to work, I think it's good to show that you have an actual interest, that it's beyond the actual job, beyond the position, because it's really gonna pay big, I think, in your future life. So now you might want to ask like what advices I have for UX designers if they want to be in this space. I think, and I'm gonna create a lot of content about this in my future videos, but I think it is curiosity about the space is like number one, and like whatever shape and form it's gonna take, it is up to you, up to what you like to do, how you want to spend your time. It's about sharing this with the world, because it's gonna not only motivate you, but also you sharing the knowledge with other people. But if you just want to keep the knowledge to yourself, that's also, I think, fine. But I think understanding, what are the products out there, how you as a UX designer contribute to this space, like think about it. What actually interests you in this space, what are the motivations for you to be in this space is very important. It's also gonna help you to position yourself as a UX designer, like how you want to contribute, how you can use your strong skills. I think the more you know, although you might not be like, let's say, fluent in like coding, but the more you are exposed to certain concepts, like if you're gonna work, let's say, with engineers who are using like APIs, SDK, the code won't be like strange to you. So you will be already accustomed to seeing it and knowing what it means. It's all about like kind of like reading the code rather than like you coding yourself. I think that really helps for you to become more technical, communicate with the engineers in a more seamless way. But I think the future really belongs to more technically skilled designers. So I think I should put a lot of efforts into like even learning how to code. I would definitely advise to like start learning Python. I think it's like a very good beginning. Connecting with the people, asking them what it means to work, just being generally curious about the space. Throughout the videos, I'll just literally give you a cheat code, like it's gonna prepare you to be in the space, and you can treat the videos that I'll be creating as like a masterclass how to become a UX designer in the space. You can apply everything that you're going to learn into any technical field. I think if you want to work in the AI, if you want to work in the research, like let's say health sciences, I think that's gonna be, you can literally transfer that knowledge into another field. Lastly, I want to say I would really love you to subscribe to my channel. If you want to get more of this content, want to get any specific video, just write down in the comments below. I'm happy to share this knowledge with you. If you have any questions about my time at IonQ, I'm also happy to answer. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.